Somebody stole my baby. Somebody stole my baby. Please help. Well, those words just rang out and grabbed me in the heart. What was she talking about? This was a new client of mine. What was she talking about? Well, it turns out she had had a new website built. It was beautiful. New photos, new videos, new text. It was magnificent. So what was she talking about? She didn't have a baby. Well, it turns out that someone had stolen content from her new website. It had launched, it had been fantastic, and now all of a sudden somebody was stealing from it. How could that be? How could that be? Well, when she challenged the thief, they said, well, you didn't tell me I couldn't. What? Who doesn't teach their children not to steal? Well, this is the new digital age. If it's floating around out there, there will be some people who think, hey, it's there. It's free for me to take. So I did. When my new client, reached out to her web designer and challenged them, he said, well, terms and conditions and stuff like that are not my responsibility. Yes, you had them on your old site, but it's not my responsibility to be dealing with those. That's not my skill. That's not my talent. I don't write terms and conditions policies or privacy policies or disclaimers. So she had no legal leg to stand on. Someone had found her content, liked it, obviously. You know, there are those who say that copying is the greatest form of affirmation and compliment. Well, this wasn't going to work. Her content had been stolen. This was taking her off track. She was going to have to decide, am I going to go to court over this person? Well, I said to her, calm down. We will take care of this. Yes, it has happened, but we can go forward with safety. Now, you might think, well, that's never going to happen to me. Well, your website is the heart of your business, the hub of your business. You bring people to that website so that they can learn more about you. They can find out what your services are. They can connect with you. They can get onto your mailing list. They can sign up for your lead magnet. So a website is a very important part of your business. An IP, your intellectual property, is the most important asset. You say, well, no, it's my brick and mortar location, it's my staff, it's my equipment, your product, your service. Those are all built on intellectual property. Staff members come and go. Equipment comes and goes, is upgraded. You move online. You move out of your brick and mortar. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked of your brick and mortar store, so why would you leave your website unlocked? That's the role of terms and conditions, privacy policies, and you know privacy policies are required, and a disclaimer. What I do here is not legal advice, not medical advice, not financial advice. What I do here is information. Now, I can see you saying, this is never going to happen to me. I'm very careful. Are you really? If you can ever find information online that you want to use, do you use it? Or do you ask permission? Now, you may say, well, I'm small. Nobody's going to care if I take something, if I use an image, if I take some pieces of a contract, if I use a program title that I then find out later is somebody else's. Well, it's no big deal. If you can find information online, you can be found online using that information. You think, well, I'm small, nobody's going to care, I'm not a bigwig, I'm not a big author, I'm not a recording company, I'm not a movie studio, I'm not a fancy, famous author. Who's going to care about what I post? Well, all indications are that it's a matter of when, not if. Let's say this. My IP is my most important asset. My IP is my most important asset. My IP is my most important asset. So what is IP? The content you create, the marketing materials, your articles, your blog posts, your posts on social media. All of these are your intellectual property. How are you sharing it? And how are others finding it? And are they using it? Do they know what they can do when they come to visit your website and what they can't do? You wouldn't think you would have to tell people it's okay to do this, this, and this, but it's not okay to steal my stuff. Who thought that you would have to be telling people that common sense rule? So it's a matter of when, not if, your content will be stolen. Repeat that with me. It's when, not if. When, not if. When, not if. So, when we finish here today, I want you to look at your website. Look at the footer. Do you have a copyright symbol, a C in the circle? Do you have terms and conditions that people can easily find and click on? Sure, we have a lot of those policies, but they're buried, and it's a bunch of legalese. And how often do we actually stop and read those? We just check, I agree, and we go ahead. Well, there can be very important things in there that we need to watch for. So, it's a matter of when, not if, your intellectual property will be stolen. When, not if. So look at this valuable website. Do you have terms and conditions in the footnote, privacy policy, disclaimer that people can easily click on and they can't say, oh, I didn't know. You make sure that they know. And that's my call to you today. Go check on your valuable property. Is it protected? Remember, it's your most important asset, your intellectual property, your content, your trademark, your patents, your inventions, your methods. And it's a matter of when, not if, as technology advances.